Hi everyone, in this video I am going to be drawing this Hellebore using colored pencils. So you can see me getting started here on these tiny little center petals, going around with a really sharp Polychromos pencil. And I used both Prismacolor and Polychromos in this drawing, but Polychromos is a great pencil when you need a nice sharp edge. These pencils have a really hard lead and they hold a nice point, and they also just don't spread quite as much as the Prismacolor do. So I like to use them for different parts of the drawing. And here you can see me using the Prismacolor cream to come through and fill in the centers of those little petals. I used a solvent Utrecht NOOD Odorless paint thinner, and you saw me apply that using the Q-tip. And I use Q-tips throughout this drawing to apply solvent. You can do that with either a Q-tip or a paintbrush. Either one is fine. So moving on to the petals, I spent a lot of time practicing on another sheet of paper, trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to draw these petals. I wanted them to be, it's a white flower, but I wanted all of the undertones and the shadows to be greenish. So I wanted a kind of a green tint to the petals, which is sort of hard to do. I had to really plan ahead and think about how I was going to layer the pencils here. And you'll see me going back and forth with the white pencil and the green pencils. And I also brought in some Copic markers for this one. And you'll see me using the Copic Warm Gray 000 and 1. And I like to use the markers in combination with the pencils. The markers will work similar to the paint thinner in that they will get rid of any of the graininess in the pencil, but they also will add a subtle tint to the drawing that the paint thinner doesn't. The paint thinner's clear and it's going to go on clear, but when I add the marker, it does add that little bit of tint, especially the 00. The 00 Copic in warm gray and cool gray. They're just really amazing for shadows on white petals, or when you want your white petal to just be slightly off-white. Working with those markers can be really helpful. But the combination that I was really liking here was the ginger root from Prismacolor, and then some of those more muted tones of green in the shadows. And then, again, blending over all of that with the markers. But it really was a back and forth process in order to get this as smooth as I wanted it to be. I wanted the transitions between the shadows and the midtones and the highlights to be really nice and smooth and gradual. There in blending at the end, that's a Lyra Splendor blender pencil, and that's a pencil that I've just been using more and more lately toward the end of whatever area that I'm working on. So when I'm working to blend with solvent, it's going to really dissolve the pigment and create that nice smooth base. The Lyra Splendor pencil just is a lot more subtle than that, but at the very end of a drawing you can use it to it just softens the edges on things and just merges those colors together a little bit more, where using the solvent a second time might be a little bit too harsh or might move the color around more than you wanted it to. The Splendor, you can control that a little better. So just a technique that I'm playing around with, using that more and more in my drawings. It's not even really something you can probably see in the video, but in person I can really see the difference that pencil is making. Getting started on the leaves, I drew these leaves the same way I typically draw all of my leaves. I started with an outline, and then I like to indent the veins in the leaves. And you can do that using a stylus, which you see me using there. You can also use a really sharp Polychromos pencil because it does have such a hard lead, but anything you can use to create a groove. And now you can see when I come over with the pencils, the pencil doesn't stick in those areas. So it just makes it really easy to create veins and get tiny details to pop out. And then I just work back and forth with my greens. You can add some really dark gray underneath greens in areas where your green isn't a dark enough value, which I find is in almost every case for me. Blending over with the Q-tip. You can see now that the veins that I indented are a lot more subtle. Initially they stood out too much, and now hopefully they look like they're kind of just part of the leaf or maybe underneath some of that color. After I blend with solvent, I always give my drawing a few minutes to dry, and then I come over and add my second layers. Sometimes when I blend with solvent, it still looks pretty bad. You have to remember that the drawing's not done. That's just the base layer. And then finishing this final leaf out the same way. Lots of contrast here between the dark green leaves and the white of the Hellebore flower. I just think is so pretty. Really love this image for winter. Again, blending over all of that with solvent. This little leaf was a bit brighter, had some brighter highlights anyway. If I didn't mention earlier, I'm drawing this on Rising Museum mount board. My probably favorite paper to draw on right now. And then just finishing up with the stem. Again, super simple. Put the tape there at the bottom so that when I peel that away, I can have a nice straight edge across the bottom, and there's no bleed there. And just finishing touches. And once again, here is that finished flower. This drawing is available as a beginner level tutorial over on my membership, and I have links below if you want to check that out. Otherwise, I will see you here again on YouTube. Bye everybody.